It is July 3rd, 2022, and it is the last day of my 30s. So, yeah, tomorrow is July 4th, which in 1776 became Independence Day. And then in 1982, I came into the world, and it became International You're Welcome Day. So yes, it is America's birthday, but also my birthday, and I'm very excited about it. Tomorrow, July 4th and July 5th, I'll be celebrating my birthday at Disneyland with the wife and kids. Those of you watching that have kids will know, being at Disneyland with little tiny kids, like toddler age kids, and seeing the Disney parks through their eyes, and you see the genuine big smiles on their faces, there's no greater happiness than that. There's just not. My son in particular is way into Star Wars right now, and neither of us have been on Rise of the Resistance yet, so that's super exciting. I just can't wait to escape the current state of the world. For once, I want to ignore the news, ignore the Supreme Court, ignore all the stupid, horrible bullshit, and just have fun. Just have an absolute blast, you know? Of course, as a 40-year-old adult, I have to pay attention to serious things in the world. Take care of my family, go to my job, and stand up for what I believe in and fight for what's right. But it's my birthday, and it's a milestone birthday, and I think it's fine to just take that time to just forget about depressing bullshit and just have fun, you know? It's gonna be a couple days of rides and junk food and lots of Star Wars stuff. Let's be real. I love all the Disney stuff. I love all the rides and all that. I love the original stuff. I love, you know, the Mickey Mouse things and the princess stuff and, you know, but I love Marvel and Star Wars as well. So I think it's all fun. Cannot wait. So I'm not gonna do an actual vlog post about my birthday trip to Disney. I mean, I'll take a few photos and some video and all that, and I'll put that at the end of this video. But mainly, I'm gonna be focused on having fun. I just wanna cut loose and not worry about anything at all. It's gonna be fun, 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 and more fun. Maybe some more fun. So how do I feel about turning 40? Honestly, I feel really damn good. Like, genuinely, I feel good about it. I've never really cared about aging or anything. It doesn't really bother me. The older you get, the more experiences you have, and the more knowledgeable you can be, which I find to be a great asset. Yeah, being 22 was cool, I guess. It's oftentimes when you look your best, I guess. But as I've gotten to this age and have taken on the responsibilities of adulthood and parenthood and going to your job and voting and all that, I found that it's also important to actively maintain your sense of joy and purpose, whatever that means for you. And as trying as the real world can be sometimes, especially nowadays, I think it's important to consciously maintain your sense of wonder. It's that way of looking at the world as we did as children, when it was all new and exciting and colorful and all of that. While I do my best to take care of my adult responsibilities, I promised myself I would never lose my sense of wonder. I hope. And I think that's the secret to embracing age as it comes. This is going to be a really unexpected sort of comparison, I guess. But I take great inspiration from people like, for example, Cyndi Lauper. I looked it up today. Cyndi Lauper is 69 years old. And, you know, she looks to be her age. Not in a bad way, she just is her age. We all know it, we all can see it, and that's fine. But here's the thing, look up any recent photo or video of Cyndi Lauper. She has not lost one bit of her cool. She still looks cool, she still feels cool, she still is cool, in my opinion. And I don't know why I'm using her necessarily as an example of this. But I guess the point is, as you move from year to year in this life, be responsible, be passionate, stand up for what you believe in, follow your dreams, but never lose that unique cool. that was always yours. I hope I've done that. You be the judge, I guess. So before we get to the Disney videos and photos, there is one thing about turning 40 that is not fun for me. In one of the most recent videos on this vlog, I mentioned that I was going to have to do one of the hardest things I'd ever done in my entire life, and that was true. This is the hard part. In March of 2021, I lost my best friend. He passed away very suddenly at the age of 39. And a few months later, in June, I flew out to Georgia for his funeral. And it was an absolutely lovely service that his roommate at the time had put together. And I shot a whole ton of video with the intention of making a memorial vlog post for him. So I went to the funeral, and it was a few days in Georgia, and it was beautiful and cathartic and difficult, of course, but as lovely as it could have been. And when I got home, I meant to cut the footage together for the next vlog post. And the truth of the matter is, I could not bring myself to look at that video footage. I just couldn't do that emotionally. So then I thought maybe I would do it later for the 1-year anniversary of his passing, and that didn't happen. I still have not looked at the footage. I'm still not sure if I can look at the footage yet. I'm going to do it eventually, but it got to a point where I just couldn't move forward with the video or with other vlogs or with other projects. Dealing with the whole COVID pandemic was difficult enough for everyone, but also losing a best friend at such a young age unexpectedly, it knocks the wind out of you in ways you can't even really put into words. There was a long time where, as the pandemic was sort of easing up and as we were able to go out and do things again, we would try to go on trips. Like, we would try to go to conventions and things like that, like we used to do. All we would do is go to like a hotel and sleep in and relax. But whenever we tried to do anything fun, we just felt exhausted. Even though we were completely rested and not worrying about anything and had nothing to really do besides just have fun and be on vacation or whatever, I had zero energy to do anything besides get up, go to work, and survive for several months at a time. I still feel that way a bit. So that's why there haven't been as many vlogs as I would have liked to have posted, or really anything else creative besides the game streams and maybe the occasional video or something. I just haven't had it in me. So that's what's been going on. I guess someday I'm gonna have to force myself to look at that funeral footage and just cut it together and be done with it. I don't know. The only thing I'm struggling with at all with turning 40 years old is that I am entering my 4th decade of life, and my best friend will never do that. And I don't know how to be okay with that. Maybe I can't be okay with that. Maybe I'm not supposed to be okay with that. I don't know. Maybe I'll always feel this way about it. I just have to deal with it. There's nothing else that can be done. I can't change it. I can't bring him back to life to be 40 years old, or 50 or 60 or whatever. It just is. There was a point where I told my wife I didn't want to do anything for my birthday, because how can I have my awesome 40th birthday without my friend Nick around? And she said to me, what would Nick want you to do? And what he would have said to me, and this is the truth, he would have said these exact words: stop being a bitch, go to Disney. And so I booked the trip, and then at one point I had the most crazy dream about him. So in the dream, I'm at the gate for Disneyland, and there's no one there except for me and my friend Nick. And of course, I go up to him and say, "Oh man, I can't believe you're here. I miss you so much," all that shit, you know? And of course, in pure Nick fashion, he just goes, yeah, shut the fuck up. It's your birthday. What do you want to do today? And I told him, I've not been on the new Star Wars ride, Rise of the Resistance, and I really want to do that. And in the dream, he goes, okay, 1 second. And he walks over to a cast member. They talk for a minute. They shake hands. He comes back over to me and he goes, okay, $20. What? The new Star Wars ride, $20. And I was like, okay, thanks. I love you, man, you know? And then we kind of just said goodbye, and then I woke up. That was the end of the dream. And then, no joke, the next day, I see on Disneyland's news blog or website or whatever that they had finally put the ride, Rise of the Resistance, on standby. It had previously been reservation only, which was a pain in the ass. They announced in this blog post that you could make a lightning lane reservation for the ride for $20. Believe what you want in this world, take from that what you will. It just happened that way. As we go through life and as we let people in to bring purpose to that life, we have to deal with just the good and the bad of it, I guess. It's not very profound, but that's what it is. Anyway, 40 years old. Feels good. The good and the bad feels good, I guess. Anyway, if you're in America and you're watching this, happy 4th of July. Hope it was awesome. I got things to do before we drive down to Disney tonight. So, yeah. Happy birthday to me. 40. Here's the Disney stuff. See you guys later.